Hey everyone, it's Sunflower Spirit here, and I'm here to do a new moon in Virgo reading, which will be September 14th, 2023. I tried to do this over the weekend, but I was having trouble with my sound, and Mercury is like also going direct, like right around this time that we have this new moon, so I don't know if that's part of what that was, but hopefully this one works. But I just wanted to do like an energy check-in and see. This new moon is really powerful because we are going direct. So Mercury rules the sign of Virgo, and so Mercury is going direct right around this time. Also, this new moon is kind of like pushing us to kind of like persevere, to kind of like stay the course with whatever we're working on. Also, if you've been having trouble with communication, travel, technology, or health issues, this new moon is going to help you figure out how to kind of like resolve some of those issues. So it's really powerful time. So let's take a look at what the energy is and see what's going on here. So I hope you guys are having a good day, a good week, good weekend, wherever you are in your life, in your week. Let's see what the energy says for everybody. What is the energy for everyone for this new moon? So we have, what is the energy for everyone? I will take those because that was a lot. What is the new moon energy? Okay. So we have the Nine of Wands is the first card out. So this is the card of resistance. This is kind of like my Wounded Warrior card. So you could feel like you've been up against a lot, like feeling maybe a little bit exhausted, a little bit hesitant now. We also have the Ace of Swords. So there is clarity coming. And then we also have the Two of Swords. So there's some sort of decision. There's the new moon right there, new beginning. Something new is happening because we have the Ace, and then we have this card with the moon. So I feel like you guys have kind of been through a lot, whoever this is resonating for, really had to kind of stand your ground, really been kind of some tougher energy, some more like maybe defensive energy or harsher energy. Let's see what else we have for everybody. We have the Nine of Swords. So anxiety. I also have the crown chakras coming out. So the crown chakra would represent like your relationship between your higher self and yourself, or the relationship between you and God, you and the creator, you and universe, whoever. Ten of Pentacles. So there's clarity coming, there's some sort of victory coming as far as your physical world stability, and also like what that means for your family life, for the people around you, like how all these different kind of people have played a role in your physical world stability. What else do we have for everybody? We have the Queen of Swords. So needing to use some discernment, needing to rely on that inner wisdom at this time. There's a decision that you have to make. I feel like you haven't really like made this decision because I feel like you kind of have some fear that's holding you back. But they're saying how you can make this decision is really like stand your ground, have firm boundaries, also use your wisdom from your previous experience. We have the Devil. So that's interesting. There's something that needs to be released. You know what this is. That's why you have anxiety. There's something here that you've been fighting. I feel like you've kind of been like fighting something here with this Nine of Wands, this Nine of Swords, and this Devil card. And there's something that you need to release. You need to like stop whatever you're doing, or there's something that you're like bound to that is not serving you and it's giving you anxiety. It's causing all this kind of like stress and frustration that we have in this Nine of Wands card. So what else do we have for everybody? We have the Knight of Pentacles. So you are going to have clarity, but I feel like this could come slower. I feel like there's something you're learning about your stability too. I feel like you need to kind of have patience with this process. Also, what else do we have for everybody? We have the Two of Wands, so needing to get out of your comfort zone a little bit. And then we also have the Nine of Pentacles. So needing to get out of your comfort zone, recognize your worth, recognize who you are, how far you've come. We have a lot of nines here, which again represent that crown chakra. So you could be having a crown chakra blockage. Maybe there's something you need to trust the universe on, trust that the universe has your back. We have the Sun on the back, which tells me that like whatever it is that you're struggling with, you are going to get this clarity, you are going to get this abundance, you are going to have some like liberation from that harsher energy. That we have the Lovers underneath. So there's some sort of decision I feel like you really need to figure out which way you want to go with things. I feel like it's going to do you better to kind of get out of your comfort zone and also to make a choice out of love rather than fear. But also this decision has to deal with how you your confidence in yourself, the way that you see yourself and how you kind of like view yourself. It's kind of that solar plexus chakra, like how you relate to the world, your confidence in yourself and how you relate to the world. But let's go ahead and we'll clarify these cards and see if we get a bigger picture. What is this Nine of Wands for everybody? We have the Queen of Wands. So yeah, don't give your power away. Stay in your power. There's a little bit of mystery here. Don't, show your hand just yet. You can't. You're a little bit resistant to this because you've been through a lot, but they're saying you need to kind of like take hold of that energy now. Like you need to kind of like master that energy and kind of get your mojo back a little bit. What's this Ace of Wands for, please? Or did I say Ace of Wands? Ace of Swords. We have the Seven of Wands. So yeah, overcoming obstacles. You're trying to get this clarity. You're trying to get this victory. I feel like this victory is coming. Again, what you're going to have to do is, really take hold of your energy, really master that energy and really be the master of the energy around you. And there's things that you don't know. I feel like there's a little bit of mystery in this. Don't give your hand away. There's something about transformation here. What's this Two of Swords, please? We have the Queen of Pentacles. So there's some sort of decision that you have where there's a new beginning, where you have to rely on your ability to kind of like transform energy, transmute energy. The Queen of Pentacles is very resourceful. She's very innovative. She really knows how to make something from nothing. Like she plants seeds and then she like sees the results of those. So she has that sort of like patience. She has that like nurturing ability. What's this Nine of Swords energy, please? I'm so sorry, I had a tickle in my throat. We have the Fool. So yeah, you're worried about this because there is a new beginning. There's something you have to take a risk with. I feel like this is you getting out of your comfort zone again, like I was saying. You have to kind of like take hold of the energy, grasp hold of the energy, make some sort of calculated risk at this time, or take some sort of calculated risk, but you're in your head about it because you feel tied to there's something that isn't good for you that needs to kind of go. What's this Ten of Pentacles for, please? The Eight of Cups. Yeah, again, something you need to walk away from. There's an opportunity for a new beginning. There's an opportunity for this abundance here, for this Ten of Pentacles energy where you kind of have it all and you feel really stable and secure in the physical world. And then that kind of creates more stability, like on different levels. But you do need to walk away from something because you're not fulfilled in the present moment. There's something that you're trying to overcome right now. There's some sort of obstacle in your way. It's something that you're tied to. What's this Queen of Wands energy? The Three of Pentacles? So yeah, you have to have discernment because you're really trying to build something here. You're trying to build kind of from the ground up. You're trying to build a solid foundation. You cannot do that if you don't have that like safety and security with the people around you. So building that trust, building that rapport with people. So the Queen of Wands isn't just going to like share herself overshare or whatever. She's going to be really discerning about like who she tells what and how she like implements her strategy. She's very wise. She's been through a lot. So it's kind of like she knows how to do this, but you are building something from the ground up that requires that like basic level of needs. Like if you see Maslow's hierarchy of needs, those are like the basic needs. Like it's that safety and security, it's that food and shelter and getting enough sleep, drinking enough water, stuff like that. So building from the ground up. What's this devil energy, please? Knight of Pentacles again. Okay. So there's something here where like you are learning something. I feel like things are going slower. I feel like because things are going slower, you might be doubting yourself a little bit. Um I do feel like there could be a tendency for you to go to that darker side just because he's riding this black horse, and look how dark this one is. So it's kind of like the black um there I have like a card that shows, it's not in this deck, it's like an oracle deck, but it shows the two horses, and so the description of the card is kind of like there's a white horse and a black horse, and it's supposed to represent like the parts of ourselves, like the yin and the yang. And so this darker part is like would be like the yin energy, but this is like that deep dark. This is like the trauma stuff. This is like when you have things about yourself that you don't necessarily like, and a lot of times we go back to those not because they're actually good like coping strategies or they do anything productive for us. We go back because they're comfortable. And so in this reading I have seen a couple different times getting out of your comfort zone. So this is this is just reiterating that, where it's like, yeah, there's something here that you're tied to. There's some sort of darkness about yourself. Some sort of darkness that you are tied to that is not serving you. And so that's why we have like the Fool here. That's why we have like the Sun here. It's like that's why we have the Queen of Wands, like trying to get out of that darkness and using that discernment. Who's going to help you build with this Three of Pentacles? How are you going to get away, these Eight of Cups here are not fulfilling you. You're looking for that Ninth Cup. What are you going to do about that? What is this Knight of Pentacles here for, please? You have the Six of Pentacles. So this is about like getting happiness and harmony and balance. I feel like this is something that's coming slower to you. I feel like you've been like searching for this for a while, and you've been really trying to figure out what it is you need to do to get this, because the Knights are usually like I think of like college students, like that's kind of like the age they would be. So they're like learning about stuff. They're like learning about themselves, learning about things. And so I feel like there's something where you've like been seeking this happiness, you've been seeking this harmony, you've been seeking this balance, like this Six of Pentacles is showing here. You've been seeking reciprocity perhaps in your connections, but you haven't really seen the results yet because the Knight of Pentacles is very slow. Like, it's not that he's not going to, but it's this deep dark. He has to wade through all this mud to get there. So I feel like that's kind of what's been happening, is like you're looking for all this, but you haven't really seen it. You haven't gotten that clarity. Now, we do have the Ace of Swords here, so I do feel like this clarity is coming. I feel like there are some obstacles still to overcome with that Seven of Wands there, but it is coming. What's this Two of Wands energy? the, the Nine of Pentacles again. So yeah, like, what I was saying earlier, this is about that self-sufficiency, but you have to like be able to get out of your comfort zone, right? Like doing the same things that you've always done isn't going to do that, because remember, the same things that you've always done is going to be this devil energy. It's like something needs to transform within this. You need to release something. There's something here that's not for you. You need to move away from something. That's the only way you're going to get this balance, this reciprocity. And so part of that is like being self-sufficient. That's like not relying on other people for your happiness, for your fulfillment, for your success. The Nine of Pentacles, she is not somebody who relies on other people for her success. She's like, I got the intuition, I got the knowledge, I planted the seeds, I'm capable of nurturing this crop, and then she does it. She doesn't worry about like, what what other people are doing or if they're helping her. She knows how to like separate herself out. And we see that also with this Queen of Wands. So kind of like having those boundaries again, like knowing where you end and someone else begins. That will be helpful for you at this time. And then on the back of the deck, we actually have the Page of Pentacles. So again, we have that slow energy. This is going slower. We also have the solar plexus chakra coming out. We also have this inner child energy. So there's something about getting clarity from your inner child. There's something about, you know, this is a trauma wound. This is probably a pretty deep trauma wound with how much darkness we have here. Look at this darkness. We have a lot of darkness here. It's probably going to be a pretty deep trauma wound. It's probably going to be a pretty lifelong wound that you've carried around. And so they're saying, you know, one thing that you can do is gain that clarity from your inner child. You can ask your inner child, like, what they need, what kind of nurturing he or she needs at this time. And that will be helpful for you. I also feel like there is some sort of like deep dark energy because we have these queens here. We have 3 queens, which shows me that there's parts of yourself that are fighting with themselves. Specifically, the parts that are fighting with themselves are like the nurturing, stable part of yourself, the energetic, like passionate part of yourself, and the logical, like strategic part of yourself. And so there's something about like the inner child possibly could be, you know, being like, why are you guys fighting with you know, it's like parents fighting with each other or something like that. And so that could be something too. This is obviously a big lesson. We got the Knight of Pentacles twice, which shows me that this is a long ongoing lesson. And then, you know, this is giving you a lot of anxiety because I feel like you know what you need to do. It's just a matter of like taking that step. It's so scary to take that first step. And, you know, logically, rationally, we rationalize to ourselves that, you know, the thing to do is to do the thing that feels the best. But often the thing that feels the best is going to keep us stuck in that trauma pattern because the thing that feels the best is not actually what's best for us. It's just what has been comfortable because we've learned how to do that for so long. So I will pull some tea leaves and get some other messages here for those of you who like the clues. This is pretty straightforward, so if it's your story, you know it's you. But we'll pull some clues anyway, I don't mind. So what are some clues for everyone here? We have man dealings or relationships with a man. So this could, something about this, either you're a man or you are struggling with, you know, there's something about the situation where there's a man involved or men involved. Apple, temptation will test you. Perhaps there's a man who will be tempting, you know, or there's some sort of like pattern with a man will be tempting to you. Or you are the man. Pig, beware of greed. That's interesting. So temptation and greed, that's interesting. So this is speaking ego to me right now. This is speaking a lot about ego. Temptation is going to be ego. Greed is going to be ego. And you know what Matt Kahn says about the ego is the ego has one thing that it wants to do, and that is cheat to win. So the ego doesn't want to do this dark work. The ego doesn't want to do that. He or she wants to bypass that. So try to cheat to win. Cheat the system, right? But that's not how healing happens. So if you really want to heal and you feel like you're trying to cheat the system, like Brené Brown says, I tried to beat vulnerability to the punch. That's ego. That's ego talking. She couldn't. She found out she could not beat vulnerability to the punch because she had to get down in the dirt and the muck, and she had to really deal with her issues. That was the only way out. What else do we have for everybody for this new moon? Dagger. Fear, worries, tense situations. Yeah, we saw that with the 9 of Swords. So this is really scary. This is really, really, really scary. It's really dark. It doesn't feel good. It's probably been like a pretty long, hard, dark night of the soul. I can tell it's been a really long time. But I do see things are changing. I do see there's a lot of potential for change. It's just a decision that you make, right? It's going to be, are you going to let fear, which is an ego response, or a trauma response? You can think of it either way. Or are you going to take that risk and be like, you know what? I've come this far. I'm not going to let anything get in my way. Chain of events will affect your life. Yep, exactly what I'm talking about. Thank you, cards. So they're saying that, like, just what I was saying, like, you have the choice. Like, you have a really pivotal point here where you can decide what you want to do if you want to kind of like go the way that you've always gone, or if you want to take a different route. And we have horse, short journey. So they're telling me that, like, you don't have very much longer. Like, this, you're gonna see the light here, if you choose to go that way, and you're not going to be in this darkness for much longer if you choose to go that way. And because horses are about liberation, they're about taking action. So it looks like very good odds for you with this if you choose to go that way. So I hope this was helpful for you. I know that was a lot. I hope it resonates. I hope you guys have a great new moon in Virgo, and thank you guys so much for stopping by.